This is Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. We begin with a look at the headlines. Another ban looms for Nigeria. FIFA says it has until Friday to comply. Uganda's athletes train ahead of the World Boxing Championship in South Korea next month. And Kenya's swimmers look ahead to the World Championships in Qatar. Thank you for joining us on Sports News Africa. I'm Temesgen Debesai. Nigeria will be banned from all football unless a court decision that sacked the country's recently elected FA executives is not overturned by Friday, world governing body FIFA announced on Tuesday. A leadership crisis has bedeviled the African champions for the past 4 months, despite several interventions by FIFA, who have now warned it will slap a lengthy ban on it. Last week, a group led by Chris Giwa secured a court ruling that sacked the Nigerian Football Federation Executive Committee led by Amaju Pinnick. Giwa, who maintains he was elected NFF president on August the 26th, although FIFA refused to recognize it, took the matter to court in contravention of FIFA statutes forbidding football issues to be deliberated in a civil court. But a letter from FIFA Secretary General Jerome Valcke to Pinnick, who was elected as president of the NFF on September the 30th, said FIFA had extended the deadline for Nigeria till Friday as an opportunity to avoid a lengthy ban. We can speak to the NFF media officer now. Toyin Ibitoye is in Abuja. Why is this happening again, Toyin?
I think it's a very unfortunate situation, making this happen over and over again. And it's really worrying for everybody involved in football in Nigeria, because I think these are simple rules governing the game that should be followed by everybody genuinely interested in seeing our football move forward. I think the words of the president of CAF correctly summarizes what everybody is going through in Nigeria. The president of CAF says everybody is fed up with what Nigeria puts up every time. I think that's the true situation. Everybody is fed up. But I think from my sources inside the football house and in the sports ministry is that they are planning to put a permanent stop, once and for all stop to all of this nonsense, because really everyone is fed up, and we hope we can move forward from here and not have these cases repeat themselves over and over again.
Now, Toyin, FIFA has now given the NFF until Friday to comply with FIFA directives. Does it look like this is going to happen?
We have a way of beating FIFA deadline every time. I'm sure we'll do it again. Before Friday, I'm sure we'll know the direction we're going, but I'm sure we will beat that deadline again. But you know, the worry for me is that we find a way all the time to beat FIFA deadline, and then we go back to our old ways. And then in no time, FIFA comes back with the same issues. But I hope that on the long term, we are able to find a solution to the issues of Nigerian football and FIFA. And I think the solution is domesticating FIFA laws in Nigeria, so that in Nigeria, to the Nigerian government, NFF is NFF, to FIFA, NFF is NFF. Not NFF in one direction, NFF in the other direction. I think that's the long-term solution, and I'm sure plans are underway to making that happen.
And what has been the response to this news?
Everybody is worried. I mean, if you walk around the streets in Nigeria, because there looks like there's been a new direction since Amaju Pinnick came on board. He's been trying to talk to corporate bodies and giving a new direction to football administration in Nigeria. So everybody is worried that this could just come in. Our girls just emerged champions in Africa. They were almost not going to play the final game if not for CAF President Issa Hayatou. So everybody is really worried. The future of our young ones, football clubs, players, coaches is at risk if this Zama falls on Nigeria. Everybody is worried, and we hope that somehow we are able to avoid it and then put our house in order and avoid having issues like this all the time.
Nigeria's Football Federation media officer, Toyin Ibitoye. Welcome back to Sports News Africa. World football governing body FIFA issued a statement Tuesday backing the Confederation of African Football, CAF, over their measures to control the spread of the Ebola virus. FIFA said they were in regular contact with the World Health Organization in order to help impede the spread of Ebola at sporting events. FIFA said in its statement that it supports the decision by CAF to move to neutral grounds the international matches of countries currently threatened by the spread of the virus. FIFA also confirmed that the Club World Cup would go ahead in Morocco in December as planned. The statement further read, FIFA is monitoring the situation and is in close contact with the Moroccan authorities and constantly updating its position in accordance with WHO technical guidance. 5 Ugandan women boxers are in intense training in Kampala ahead of the 2014 World Women's Boxing Championship set to take place next month in South Korea. This is the first time female boxers from the East African nation will be participating in an international event, and no doubt their preparations will have been overshadowed by the tragic news in recent days about the death of Pindili Mwelase, the South African boxer who died in hospital. Mwelase was knocked out during a professional bout, which left her in a coma for 2 weeks.
These Ugandan women boxers are training hard for their bouts in South Korea in the upcoming 7th World Women's Boxing Championship mid-next month. But their intense training sessions in the capital, Kampala, is somehow overshadowed by the demise of a South African female boxer who has been in a coma for weeks after being KO'd during a fight. This will be Uganda's first time to participate in the World Championship. Uganda has had some formidable male boxers on the continent in the past, and the women's team will be aiming to revive their male counterparts' fame in the Korea Championship. Head coach Dickson Katende said the team has been focusing on key areas ahead of their encounter.
I was doing both skills and technical and stamina also, so that they can go in when they are physically fit and knowing all the tactics that can help them overcome the good results in the event.
But women boxing in Uganda is not a particularly popular sport and has previously lacked funding and proper training. Katende is optimistic his team will have a good outing in South Korea.
The fitness level they have achieved now can make them go anywhere, because like one of the middleweight is good, and also the light heavyweight is good. I can say the chances is there. They can reach somewhere.
Diana Turianawe, who will slug it out in the lightweight category, is aiming for nothing less but gold.
What I believe in, the way I trained, that's enough for me, because I'm still now training. The way I trained is enough for me, and what the coach has given me, that's enough. I'll bring gold. Yeah, that's what I breathe in. Yeah. It's for my first time to join, and we want to break the record. That it's the first time to bring gold. Yeah.
Though the female boxers have never participated in any international competition, they are in high spirits and confident of winning medals. The other boxers in the team include Diana Atwine, Maureen Ajiambo, Lydia Nantale and Helen Bekele in the lightweight and middleweight categories.
Kenya is preparing a team of its best swimmers to take part of the upcoming World Championships in Doha, Qatar. The East African country, which currently boasts some of Africa's top swimmers, has been holding trials ahead of squad selection.
Kenya is looking forward to sending a strong delegation of swimmers to Doha, Qatar for this year's World Swimming Championships, and has held trials to select the team that will represent the country at the showpiece event. Mark Abuya, Kenya Swimming Federation official, is hopeful the team will perform well.
It's a wonderful event because most of the records have been broken, and we're expecting the best because we are preparing for the World Championships in Dubai, in Qatar, sorry.
Abuya also said he hoped the spread of the deadly Ebola outbreak, which forced the postponement of the African Swimming Championships to be held in Dakar, Senegal, would be curbed.
This is an epidemic, and we have to give it time. We do not celebrate that they are suffering from Ebola. We are only praying that it goes down and we have events going on as planned in the Ghana calendar.
Last year, Kenya scooped 80 medals to win the Confederation of African Swimming Championships (CANA) in Lusaka, Zambia.
We are the best in Africa as at now. In Zambia, we had over 100 medals. We took the overall trophies, so most of the good swimmers are coming from Kenya.
The East African country clinched 26 gold, 26 silver and 28 bronze to post the country's best ever performance at the continental level. The Doha Championships will be held from 3rd to 7th December.
You're watching Sports News Africa. Tanzanian football coaches underwent a 2-week CAF License C coaches course held in Dar es Salaam. Participants said the training was an eye-opener and will go a long way to improving the standards of the sport in a country that is currently ranked 110th by FIFA and number 31 in Africa.
A recent training session for 32 Tanzanian football coaches by world governing body FIFA was an eye-opener for the Tanzania Football Federation on why the East African country is lagging behind in terms of football. Ulrich Mathiat, a FIFA instructor from Seychelles who led the 2-week training course, said the Tanzanian coaches need to get back to the drawing board in order to coach effectively.
Things are changing every now and then, so they must update themselves every now and then, refresh themselves. And even if I would say through the game Simba Yanga, I was not too impressed because again I saw the potential of the players, but I don't see much of the trend of football. I mean, counter-attack, defending in block, these are the things you see. And it was normal that the games ended 0-0 because no team wanted to take risks.
Yanga Football Club in Tanzania has been the envy of many players and coaches alike, being the only club in the country that has 2 foreign players, and is also being coached by a foreign coach from Brazil. Mathiat said he had seen a lot of potential during the training and urged the clubs to consider using local talent before seeking foreigners.
From what I've seen during the week, you have some very good potential coaches here in the batch, even though they're doing licensing. They are intelligent. You see the way they work, the exercise that they choose for the topic, and the way they express themselves in the classroom. Now it's a question of how the TFF, they groom those coaches. I mean that it is high time that if I go on the continent that we should take care of our matter ourselves. We also think that people come abroad, they could do better than what we have here, and we are not investing in our local one.
The FIFA certified trainer was optimistic about the growth of football in the country.
I'm hoping to see Tanzania perform better in youth competition, CAF under 17, CAF under 20, FIFA under those World Cup under 7 under 20. But it will be very difficult if those young players they don't get a chance to perform at certain level. So this is one thing that maybe the technical department they should sit down and talk about.
The hiring of foreign coaches might just be the tip of the iceberg. Tanzania's Yanga Football Club recently signed 2 Brazilian players, Andre Coutinho and Genilson Santos. Fans complained that hiring more foreign coaches is leading to a situation where the nation could not only lose local capacity but also its honor.
Kwa habari ya wachezaji na nini, ukiangalia tunayo changamoto ya timu ya taifa kuanzia timu ya vijana wa umri wa miaka 17 mpaka timu ya
Concerning players, we have a challenge with the national team. Starting from the under-17 to the adult teams, they are not doing very well in competitions. This is what football lovers are complaining about. There is fear that we are bringing in foreigners and that we are not doing well in our home field. What will the face of our football be?
Hilo ndo linaweza kuwa changamoto kubwa sana kwetu.
Further training of coaches may help to improve local capacity, but Tanzanian teams and fans may also have to accept that football is an increasingly international game, with individual players and coaches looking to ply their trade wherever there is market.
The 2018 Football World Cup logo has been presented to the public with a light show projection on the facade of Russia's historic Bolshoi Theatre. The logo, which was unveiled by the Russian cosmonaut Maxim Surayev in a live broadcasting from the International Space Station 400 kilometers above Earth, represented the ball surrounded by the elements of the traditional Russian decor in the shape of the World Cup trophy. The TV show was also attended by FIFA Secretary General Jerome Valcke, Russia's Sports Minister Vitaly Mutko, and Italy's former football great Fabio Cannavaro. World football boss Sepp Blatter on Tuesday opposed any boycott of the 2018 World Cup in Russia and backed the huge preparations undertaken by President Vladimir Putin's government for the event. Diplomatic sources said last month that European nations were discussing a possible boycott of the World Cup because of the conflict in eastern Ukraine. Some politicians in Britain, Germany, and the United States have called on FIFA to withdraw the World Cup from Russia. And that's all we have for today on Sports News Africa. We'll be back again tomorrow with more stories from Africa and around the world. Until then, it's bye from now.